Hey, Shalom, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. A sincere Shalom, Labakarium, Shah Yasha Allah. That's peace to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. By now, I'm sure everybody unheard what Trump did in, let me just turn this AC down. What Trump did in D.C. today, bringing in the troops. You know, looks like he called a soft purge. I mean, it's about to get crazy out here in these streets, and that's why the men of the Lord, you know, been warning. You know, our apostles been out on these streets warning about civil war, martial law, concentration camps for years. And now we seeing where it's all boiling down to. And these concentration camps going to pop up out of nowhere, but they've been sitting for a long time because they're going to have to move people to certain places and keep them, you know, especially the homeless. So this man is signing all kind of executive orders. So you see the elites are moving to lock Babylon down. They about to lock this place down. And if you think it's just DC, you know, you're sadly mistaken. You know, Trump made this statement back in this was a statement he made. What date was this made? This was back in, this is July 10th, 2025. So this was last month. Almost 30 days to the day. What's today's date? Today is what, 11th. So damn near 29 days ago, he made this statement. He said Trump wants to straighten out New York. Check that out. It says President Donald Trump threatens of a federal takeover of New York City. So as you can see that this is being spoken about. New York Times. Trump take over DC. It says, could Trump, this is CNN, could Trump run New York City? It will be also clear. So it's coming. It's coming over here. And I was watching the briefing today with Trump a few hours ago, and he said he giving all power to this police force, man. And when you read about what happens, this is AI overview in the context of U.S. policies, federalization of a police department. This is basically what takes place, what goes down. You know, there's different sections to it, and leverage, and how much power is given. It looks like Trump is giving all power to these federal agencies, and I know the FBI is happy to hear this because a lot of them was about to be laid off, man. That's why they've been picking up steam with arresting these rappers, and that big investigation that went down with the Crips over there with Big U and them from that was out there in California. You know, a lot of these agents are on pin and nails, so I'm glad they're hearing that they're gonna have some more work. But this ain't gonna just be the FBI. They about to bring out all kind of mercenaries, man. It's about to get bad out here. That's why we telling you now, come to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, if you're being called. No time to drag your feet, because every day, see, people, you know, they didn't expect this to happen. Now, they was threatening that he may make this move over the weekend, but they woke up this Monday to your lunchtime, and boom. He said he giving all power to these agencies, and he's also calling in the National Guard. Now, you know, the Navy SEALs and the National Guard is still out there in California. They sent them out there to California. They sent them to Florida. So they taking over. This is going to bring that civil war. So this ain't going to sit right with a lot of militias, a lot of people that know what's going on. They know the takeover is happening. So all you need is a black swan event on something as heated as this. Hey, stop dragging your feet, wasting your time. You better get to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah now while the day is clear, because the night is coming. Matter of fact, let me read this scripture here. The night is coming, man, where Lord tell you, you won't be able to work. You know? It says, this is St. John's 9. He said to him, let me see. What is that? This is a St. John's 9. Y'all shall answer, said to him. This is St. John's 9. I'm going to start from verse 3. Yahweh shall answer, neither hath this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of Yahweh should be made manifest in him. So the Lord is making his work manifest right now by waking up the valley of dry bones and breathing the breath into his elect. So this work is being done right now. You know, Yahweh shall answer, neither hath this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of Yahweh should be made manifest in him. I must work the works of him that sent me. And this was at this time, 2,000 years ago. The Lord was doing all kind of miracles. He did the work of him that sent him. Now there's men in the earth, 2025. You've been sent by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. You've been sent down here to do the work, not to drag your feet, not to play games, not be in a debate circuit, not to make a popular name for yourself, but to put in the work to help build the Lord's third temple, to gather in his sheep, man, his lost sheep, the elect. And there's some men, you know, settled on their leaves, and there's some men doing their job, but the trouble is about to hit. And this when all these men gonna be screaming, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, help, they got my family. You don't know who the Lord gonna round up in this. And these people ain't gonna be speaking no English. You gonna have all kind of mercenaries. You know, now you're gonna find out who really came across that border. Where that guy at that said, you shall know my name? Y'all know what video I'm talking about. He said, you don't know me now, but soon you will know my name. Where he at? They still in this country. So all kind of lawlessness is about to happen. It's about to get dark out here. And they talking about messing with these subwoofers, these power stations, man. The food is drying up. The homeless, you know what I mean? People homeless. I was downtown Newark the other day, moving through this park, man. Just people everywhere, laying on benches. Women, you know, pushing strollers and bags on top of bags. They sitting on the ground. This person folded up in the corner. The Trump coming through with the soldiers, he removing the homeless. Y'all going to these camps, man. Y'all going to these camps, and all these women that's sitting up in parks. See, I'm in the parking lot right now, and you got some women, you know, they park their car in these parking lots because a parking lot like this lights up at night, and they'll sleep here and run a car and, you know, get up, go wash up in the gym and go to work. Oh, you about to stop all that? You about, these ICE agents about to run wild. It's about to get deadly out here. So now is the time to do the work. And you know the famine of the word is on its way, man. So it says, I must work the work of him that sent me while it is day. Right now, it may seem like the coast is clear. It is for a certain amount of time. But these videos, being able to dip off, do a video, upload it, go to camp, you know, feed the Lord's sheep, that's going to be far in the past real soon. It says, while it is day, the night cometh. So the night is coming when no man can work. NLT, we must quickly carry out the task assigned us by the one who sent us. Quickly make a move. Stop dragging your feet. You know, you better get up. This is the time to get cooking. Push that record button and just get cooking. You know, because that's part of kissing the sun. We trying to get close to the Lord, and you know, you got the faith, you got the works. Get busy. Do something for the Lord. You'll help. You get to helping. You know something about herbs. This is the time to activate, because the faith is about to pick up. The Lord about to start giving out other gifts. We about to go into the next stage. What do you think? They're not going to use robots in the midst of this? Because basically they're going to be hunting people down, man. That's what the FBI is known for. Heavy surveillance, man. And they're going to release this new, they've been using this system, the Palatine system. You know, brothers know about this. This when all this stuff about to come into play, man. Observation, your phone's going to be, really, you think your phone watching you now, and that they studying you, looking at your conversation, your uploads. They already want ID to find out if you over 18 or not with these videos. That just went into play this month. So yeah, everything is about to activate. Once you get the federal government into this, all kind of money gets thrown around. You think your prophecy is being invaded now? You ain't seen nothing yet. No search warrants, no knock in search warrants. They can come busting through your door in the middle of the night. All the religious fanatics, you know, and this go for a lot of the brothers out there at camp. You know, you ain't in the spirit. You iffy, but you still coming to camp because you ain't got nothing to do. Your photo has been taken, man. You're in the system. Will the Lord defend you? That's what it's going to come to. The Lord's going to have to pull us through this. And the Lord ain't standing up for everybody, man. Because this is that dark time. So it says, we must quickly carry out the task assigned us by the one who sent us. The night is coming, and then no one can work. So the Lord going to shut this down. No one can work real soon. It's going to be too much going on. Too much going on. And you know they about to slip in this MOTB. So this is AI overview. It says, in the context of U.S. policy, federalization of a police department generally refers to increased involvement and oversight from federal agencies like the Department of Justice, the DOJ, or the FBI. This can occur through several mechanisms. Of course, we got investigation and consent decrees, federal grants and programs. They're using all this. Joint Task Force. This is the one I want to focus on because this is what they're going to be using heavy. That's why all these police cars turned black. You can barely see the word police on the side of the vehicle because everything is black. They already been turning the police, your local police force, into a military force. They've been doing this for years. But now you're going to see how many agencies that's out here. And this is going to be a combination with this artificial intelligence. So yeah, this show the Lord is mad. No more wasting time. No more traveling. And it's the perfect time for the Lord to lay this hammer. Everybody coming off summer vacay, right? The school season about to start up. You know, enrollment back into college, right? So the goofiness of the Babylonians about to start. But they don't know what's lurking around the corner. They hearing this today, right? But they don't know how deep this is about to get. This is all biblical prophecy. This is how Babylon ends, with them attacking their own citizens, man. So this is a joint task force. The FBI and other federal agencies frequently form joint task force with state and local law enforcement to address special crime problems like terrorism. And this is a broad word right here, man. This is broad. Under this word, you can put a lot of people under that word, especially religious fanatics. Anybody creating sedition. Oh, they're going to throw a lot of people. Okay, does that bring to mention Revelations? That's what I'm telling you, man. I know we bring it up all the time. If they come get you, they come get me, man. I'm going to be in the spirit. And you don't know what you're going to do. The Lord might put it in your heart to get scared. You may lose the faith as soon as when it gets serious. See, a lot of people never been in that crime wave when police was on them and you had to come in for investigation, you know, and they separate you. And this is pressure. And if the Lord ain't with you, man, you're going to break. You're going to break. You're going to freak out. You worry about your family. Am I coming home? Do I get a phone call? Like the minute of the Lord going to put a very nonchalant, to say the least, a nonchalant spirit. I don't care. Spirit on you, man. Just like the 7 sons, man. When the woman had to give up her 7 sons, man, and she went too, they had I don't care. We coming back in a resurrection, man. The Greeks ain't even know how to handle that. Each brother watching his brother being put to death, and he like, I'm next. Because the Lord put a different spirit on him, man. The Lord ain't going to do that for everybody. It's about to get very aggressive out here. And this, you know, people say, oh, y'all just talking. Well, we're going to see. Because this talk is about to turn into action. This is Revelations 2, verse 10. This is NLT. Don't be afraid of what you are about to suffer. See that? So there's some suffering that's about to take place. But the true men, the elect, the chosen ones, you know, and the Lord said, you're going to know who are my chosen. You're going to know, like, oh, I knew it the whole time. It was you. The chosen one's about to stick out like a sore thumb, just like in the book of Acts. When the Lord laid that power on them, 5,000 was converted in one day. Because they don't get everybody. They don't get everybody. You know, usually in a situation like this, they start chopping from the top. You know, now, these federal agencies that want to involve themselves in the ministry of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah and come after the men of the Lord like they some regular criminals, they're going to be sadly mistaken. They're going to be sad to see that there's higher authority, higher levels watching the prophets. Now, you know, this ain't about no drug or forth. Look, there's higher warlocks and demons that's going to be involved with this thing here, man. That's why they got these robots ready to go. Because they know the men of the Lord going to receive certain threatening powers from the fourth dimension, and the angels are going to stand up. And they're fully aware, because it's happening now. You don't know how many times they try to make a move on us in the middle of the night, and we just wake up yawning and going about our day and don't know what really happened last night. The Lord is doing all kind of things behind our back, man. Because some of this stuff is just not need to know stuff at this time. But the Lord going to make it known, like, oh, the Lord is dealing with me. And people going to see the Lord is dealing with him. And the elite's going to see it too. And they're going to bring out the real heavy weapons that they've been holding. And it won't be these federal agencies, man. But these federal agencies, you false prophets. You guys out there, I want to see you debate your way out of this. Because they coming strong. And they going to put everybody that's involved with this Israelite thing into one bag. They're not going to say, oh, this is ISUPK, this is IUIC, this is GMN. They're going to put everybody in one bag. And only the Lord going to decide, this is my man. He getting out of it. He getting away. I'm creating a standard for him. I'm creating a standard for this one. You move. You over here. Like the Lord is, the angels, man, hey, it's about to get real exciting. Your life about to change. Two ways. Either the Lord going to drop you, cut that little rope, and you on your own, or the Lord going to amp it up for you, man. This thing about to get exciting. The action about to start. It says, don't be afraid of what you are about to suffer. The devil, or Esau, will throw some of you into prison. So they got these prisons, these camps are set up, man. They ready to go. He keep telling you about Crocodile, what's it, Crocodile Alcatraz? Alligator Alcatraz. They turning Rikers Island into Bear Island. And these other prisons, you know, that they're going to reopen these old schools, these closed down Walmarts. Oh, they taking you way out to the desert, man. Upstate, man. So it's about to get real live. We going to need Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. It said throw some of you into prison to test you, but that's going to be our test. You will suffer for 10 days. That's just a number out there, okay, just thrown out there. But if you remain faithful, that ain't gonna be up to us. I'm sitting here right now. I feel right now at this moment I'm gonna remain faithful, but I know it's gonna take a lot of faith to go through a situation like this. I know the Lord's gonna have to up my faith, and I pray the Lord up my faith. Give me that nonchalant, I don't care, I'm in your face, I ain't worrying about what to say. The Lord said, don't think about it. I ain't thinking about it. When it's time to speak, I'm going to speak. When it's not time to speak, look at Yahweh Shah. They say, you ain't going to defend yourself? Yahweh Shah like, man, listen. I ain't sure. You know, you can see Yahweh Shah face, whatever. Do what you got to do. That's that spirit that the men of the Lord about to get. They about to get that spirit. But everybody ain't going to get that spirit. Some brothers going to be talking, blah, 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 you know, I know such, you need me to do. You know how Jake is. Oh, man, you know, I got you. Listen, you need me to wear wine? No, get in that cage, nigga. Matter of fact, let me see your right hand. And Jake gonna do it, because you're gonna find out the Lord ain't messing with me, man. You've been bullshit, or you just not of the chosen. That's why being of the elect is very serious right now. The Lord ain't letting that happen to his chosen ones, the elect, without putting a serious spirit on them to go through it. Ain't gonna be no screaming and hollering and pleading so the enemy can get his little rocks off what you fearing. Nah, man. Those men in the scriptures, man, they went out. bravely. So what you think, it's not going to happen now? So this is what the Lord said, don't worry about being captured at this point. But if you remain faithful, even when facing death, I will give you the crown of life. And that's what we coming to. Because they coming, man. These collaborations involve pulling resources and expertise together, but do not signify a complete takeover of local departments' operation. Why? Because they can still operate. It's just going to be tiers now. You know, because that's how they set up the police force, is paramilitary. You know, so there's rank and file. You know, but the last say so will be from these federal agencies, because they'll carry more rank than some of these officers. Then if you bring in martial law will trump them, and, you know, it goes like that, because then you got no more civil law. So that he's not calling martial law, there will still be civil laws, but your civil rights that you think you have will be violated. And this is when the pushback with the militias, you know, the people, I got rights too. This is when the pushback start. But see, the Lord ain't going for you thinking, oh, I got rights, or you think you got rights. This is Isaiah 19 verse 2. I'm gonna read it in GNT. It says, Yahweh says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt. See that? And why would you have civil war? Because you feel like your rights as a citizen has been violated. And you know, people get together and people push back when that happens. People push back. People just say, look, I'm losing it. We're not taking it no more. We're going to fight to the end. You ain't coming in here. They're already doing that with ICE. Shit, they tried to go down a little Haiti, I heard. You see some video, and Levi was letting them have it. Levi was letting them have it, man. It was some pushback. So how aggressive it's going to be when we start getting towards September, the end of 2025, when they really turn this thing up? Because Trump said he want a quick sweep and lockdown of D.C. So they probably going to use D.C. as the test ground, lock it completely down, get all these YNs off the street, give them a couple federal cases, see how that thing rolls, and then they're going to just start moving. They're going to start moving, man. I'm going to play this video, too, about some of the other states. It says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt, in America's modern-day Egypt, and turn brother against brother. So, yeah, your neighbor every day, even these Edomites. These Edomites ain't going to stick together. These Edomites going to be on their own. These women, they're going to leave their husband. You know, you got whole families. The husband is Republican. The wife is Democrat. They all divided. And the Democrats not happy about this. So you got households with Republican males up in there, and they wife eyeing them, and they eyeing her. Shit go down, man. Hey, the household's gonna be divided. That's in the scriptures too. Mother against brother. Mother against daughter, father against son. That's all in there too. So it says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt and turn brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor. These neighbors going to be going for broke. Rival cities will fight each other, and rival kings will struggle for power. And you know, that movie Civil War, when each state say, look, man, we taking our National Guard. We our own state. This is such and such America. This is such and such America. We no longer belong to the states. And they was coming for the president in D.C. to assassinate him. That's what civil war is about. You know, because each state represents a country. So it's no more United Countries or United States of America. It's going to be state against state, but it's going to break down to local against local, zip code against zip code, block against block. Because even inside those states, there will be fighting, just fighting all over the place. And that's going to make Jacob Trouble even more dangerous. You don't know who to trust. You don't know who to trust because everybody's just out for self. Yeah, so we in a very dangerous time. That's why the Lord say a time like no other. Why would the Lord put it like that? A time like no other. Jacob Trouble will be a time like no other, man. It says rival cities will fight each other and rival kings will struggle for power. I am going to frustrate the plans of the Egyptians, these top leaders, the top government and destroy their morale. And they already frustrated at the top. And seeing this happen, Trump ain't listening to nobody. He doing his own thing. The morale of the mayor of Washington, they said, man, this person is upset. When they come through Chicago, they come through New York City, they just overriding the governor. They just put mush in the mayor in the face. Like, they doing their own thing. Trump is moving like that cruel lord we're gonna read about. He's moving like a king, a dictatorship. So at that point, what, you know, the powers that be, your government officials, you know, your representatives, they're gonna be going for broke. They going for self, bringing in more civil rival. So it says, oh man, okay, it says, I am going to frustrate the plans of the Egyptians and destroy their morale. They will ask their idols, this them seeking to their witchcraft, to help them, and they will go and consult with mediums and ask the spirits of the dead for advice. These the top leaders here, you know, and they got these politicians, they involved with the witchcraft too, because they got to do all kind of ceremonies. The judges got to go through ceremonies before they get up in there, you know. So they all, you know, if no one told you, America is one big haunted house. Even your food is preyed on by evil spirits, man. That's why everybody's so bugged out here. But they really gonna be seeking understanding from the dark side and the left-hand angels real soon, because this is gonna they're gonna lose control. It says, I will hand the Egyptians, the modern day Egyptians or Americans, over to a tyrant. Now, what are they calling Trump? A tyrant. To a cruel king who will rule them. I, Yahweh, the Almighty, have spoken. And this is ultimately coming from the hand of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. This is ultimately coming from the Lord. His prophecies is taking place, man. So that's just some, as you can see, it says everywhere, Trump put D.C. Police Department under federal control and deployed the National Guard. So we getting busy. They about to take over. They sweeping the West Coast. Now they about to sweep the East Coast. So we keeping our eye on this. Akim, Akwab, get ready. The Lord about to bring the pain. That's why we say, hey, stay on guard. One day. All it takes is one day for your world to change, man. That's all it takes. You know? The Lord ain't playing.
We have an urgent breaking news coming out. U.S. President Donald J. Trump just said that he may take control of New York, Chicago, and other cities just like Washington, D.C. Now, for those of you that don't know, President Donald J. Trump today, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, said that in addition to calling in the National Guard to Washington, D.C., he is putting the Metropolitan Police Department under federal control. So basically, they're going to clean up the city of D.C., all right? So there's going to be all these National Guards, police departments. I mean, they're going to be arresting criminals, all right? And the homelessness population are going to be moved somewhere else away from D.C. We don't know where, but Donald Trump said there's a place for them, all right? They're going to take care of these homelessness. Again, they're going to feed them, possibly help them look for a job. But those criminals, Donald J. Trump told them, be prepared. We're coming for you. We are coming for you. You're going to be arrested. And you're going to be thrown in jail. Now he is saying that New York, Chicago, and other city, he will take control too. Now these Democrats, they are not pleased. The Democrats are not pleased. The mayor of
Here's what the IRS doesn't want you to know. There's this secret marketplace that helps people get 20
of DC, she's not pleased. Gavin Newsom, he's not pleased. And I do believe that Chicago mayor, he's not going to be happy about this. So we're going to see what's going on with this news. Again, do me a favor, hit that like. The more like, the better. YouTube only law and Trump. names 5 cities. As he says, National Guard deployment would go further. DC is not the only one. There's going to be a lot more. So President Donald J. Trump called out 5 major cities across the United States of America as he discussed his decision to formally declare a public safety emergency in Washington, D.C., triggering a federal takeover of the city's police department. Now, there's protests going on right now in Washington, D.C. People are saying, holding signs, this is our city, you don't own it, so stuff like that. But there is protests going on. I do believe that there's going to be a lot more, possibly some crazy stuff to go down. You guys know that protests during the mornings is, kind of peaceful, but nighttime, that's when the wolves comes out and they start doing all this lawless stuff. So keep your eyes open. Make sure y'all lock your doors. I'm not trying to spook no one here, but again, these people, these criminals, they're not going to just back down. And I do believe things possibly could hit the fan. So please make sure you lock your doors.
So as you can see, things are going to hit the fan. Yeah, things are going to pick up. Yeah, things are about to get out of control. But we still got a little bit of time left. We don't know how much time we got left before the Lord just pull a whole plug, man. But as we can see, we seconds away from all hell breaking loose. In that night that we read about in John, the 9th chapter, that night when no man can work is right around the corner. So that's just a little taste. This was, I watch this guy sometime. He's he's a Christian, but he be on it. Let me see something. You got some good information. This is Prepper Watch News. He has a few channels. I'm not subscribed to this one, but yeah, he got like 5-6 channels. You go over here and watch the rest of this. But yeah, the things are moving. So get ready, be prepared. Just like a regular work day, you think you're going to work, and tomorrow you don't have to go to work. Why? Because you can't. All hell just broke loose. The military's on the street. You looking like, where the hell this come from? Now you're in panic mode. Now you're looking for the Lord. And remember, the Lord said he's going to laugh at some people, man. Don't be lukewarm right now. The Lord said, I'd rather you either hot or cold. You see, Gorilla Hebrew, he done took the cold stance. He just said, I'm a Hoover, Crip again. He done took the cold. He gonna be destroyed. But he done took the cold. He ain't no longer lukewarm. He played the lukewarm for years. Now he just all the way cold. You want to be hot, and you want the Lord to keep that faith with you. The faith is the strongest substance in planet Earth right now. And it's walking with the men and the hopeful Aquaf, the elect lady, man. This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draw near. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. There shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity. So this was coming to right here. You hear all that destruction? This was prophesied about hundreds of years ago, that it was going to happen in a particular place, Egypt. And that's where we at. Egypt, modern day Egypt, where the world ends, where the final rulership of you Gentiles end here. And our Lord Yahushua is on his way. This is how it looks as the Lord approach the planet Earth to take it over. Things go haywire like this. It say a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. That go for you women. Boy. Aren't you women some sitting ducks right now, man? Just sitting ducks. And liabilities too. A woman is a liability. So for a man of the Lord to pick up a group of women, man, the Lord he gonna have to have the spirit on that man. He gonna discern those women. Those will be chosen women, chosen vessels. But the rest of these women, y'all in some shit. Y'all in some trouble, man. It says, a man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses. A lot of single parent homes, you know, homes with 7, 8 women in there. What do you think is going to happen when the men get their claws on your house, on your goods, and you, and your daughters, and your sons? A lot of these moles out here, too. They're going to be taking these little boys, man. Oh, it's about to get real scary. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Modern day sword is that gun. And spoil their goods. You prepping, you know, Jake, run out. Let me go to the super. How the hell going to the supermarket going to save you for something like this that's coming? But that's Jake thinking he ain't going to be eating popcorn, looking out the window, talking about, ooh, ooh, ooh. You saw that? While they warming up steak in the back, man. You crazy? Nah, it ain't going to be that easy, man. It says, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. Yeah, the bread going to dry up in the midst of this. And for great tribulations. And what the Lord about to bring on Jake. That's Jacob's trouble. Great tribulations. But I'm going to end it right there, man. But as you can see, it ain't just Washington, D.C. They're going to quickly sweep the East Coast. They're going to quickly, and you know they got a lot of agencies set up for this because they're going to need some manpower. That's when they deputize, you know, some of these smaller guys, these ICE agents running around. They've been deputized. You know, some of these mercenaries that came through the border, they walking around with UN cards and, you know, UN driver's license. You know, they're outside the jurisdiction of civil law. They can basically do what they want to do. They have get out of jail free card. Oh yeah, it's about to get real aggressive. We're gonna need Yahweh and his son Yahushua now, like now, giving all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who told us this truth. A sincere Shalom Labakarium. Shah Yash'Allah, that's peace to the hopeful elect. Peace to the elect of the nation of Israel. Yahweh Ratazah, I'm amongst y'all. Shalom.